Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Hello everybody and welcome to Apex Online Racing GT3 Leagues for Xbox One Tier 1. This is the special 90-minute race, the endurance race in round number 7 in Catalonia. Now this track is something I'm familiar with because it's in the F1 game as well, which is very exciting. So I know how the drivers are feeling because I've raced on it before, on quite a few times in a few lobbies, only 25% races, but there you go. And it is a really cool track. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm very excited to see what the drivers can do tonight. And since it is an endurance race, I am sure it's going to be fantastic. So, how are you all doing? I hope you're going to have a very fantastic evening watching the stream. We will keep you involved in the chats as well. Just let us know, basically, in the chats, how you're all doing and stuff, so you can get involved as well. So, I am Jess, and I'll be one of your commentators tonight. Aiden was going to join me, but unfortunately, his internet died. He came basically about 15 minutes ago. He came home, and his router was down. He tried restarting it, and it didn't work. So, unfortunately, it's just me flying solo again tonight for this endurance race. So, should be interesting, but we are in for a cracker. So, the drivers are just finishing their practice race. That's why we started a little bit late, but hey ho. So we are going to go through the starting grid tonight and explain what the starting grid is going to be. So basically it's in reverse. The starting order, first of all, is reverse grid of anyone that's raced every single race. So basically 6 drivers qualify in that category who are racing every single race, and it'll go from reverse championship order from that stage. So Cell Park will be first, will be on pole, followed by Rainbow in second place, Seppel in third, Parfox fourth, Moo in fifth, and Wolf in sixth. And then everybody else, we've got Ninja in seventh, David in eighth, Ricardo in ninth, Burnout in 10th, Living Dead 69 in 11th, and Chaos Fury in 12th. So those are the drivers that are going to be racing tonight. So not a full lobby that we were expecting tonight, but we are sure going to give you a very good track as well. So, massive shout out to Tool Mayhem Network, who is in the chat. He also likes Catalonia, so it is a common fan favourite as well. So it is not just a driver favourite, it's also a fan favourite as well. So I hope we can see a lot of overtakes. So, but we only got 4 rounds of this championship left to go, and maximum 35 points are available in each race. So if we times it by 4, we've got 140 points on offer. The gap between Wolf and Moo, the two THR guys, is 23 points. So the championship is still wide open. Pretty much anyone between 1st and 5th still has a chance of winning this championship. So that'll be Wolf, Moo, Parfox, Seppel and Rainbow. Any of these guys in the top 5 can still win this championship, which is very good to see, and we could possibly see the championship go towards the last race as well. But we are going to see what happens in this endurance race as well, so I am sure looking forward to it. They are looking very strong on pace as well, and the main reason why it's so special, because it's a reverse grid, there is no qualifying, so it's just 90 minutes full of action, full of fun. It is going to be absolutely brilliant. I know I keep saying absolutely brilliant, but hey ho. So yeah, one thing that I haven't mentioned actually when we were doing this was the Constructors' Championship, which was Team Highlands Racing is flying by with that. So if I work out the standings, it's still enough. It's still enough for other teams to catch up, but they are way ahead at the moment. So we are just about to get underway for the endurance race then, so we're going to go straight to the action then, which is going to be very exciting. So, oh sorry, the audio is quite, there we go, hopefully the audio is quite better now. I will adjust it accordingly. So basically they're not in their grid order at the moment, but once the rolling start starts, the first person who's meant to be on pole today will lead the field. So they will go through the field, and basically the drivers will wait until it's their turn to move off the grid. So it worked last time when we were in Indianapolis for the endurance race. So hopefully it should work as well. So yeah, that'll be absolutely brilliant. So as you can see as well, the drivers are preparing their setups to see if they can change or anything like that. So we are about to get underway, but don't forget it is a rolling start. So after the 5-second countdown, you can not expect anything for a while. They'll wait 5 seconds. Looks like the drivers are not doing much at the moment. So the person who is meant to be leading the field is David. So we are going to wait and see. There's people going very slowly. I think that's what they're doing, is trying to let the person on pole through. So hopefully we can get this. Actually, it's not South Park. It's the one American. Yeah, it's the one American. Oh my God, I must have got it wrong. I'm really sorry about that, guys. But hey ho. So yeah, the one American is I think, no, it's not one American. It's I don't know. Well, anyway, that's going to be the order. It looks like the one American's going to be on pole. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to get to the starting grid. There we go. I got it. I was trying to get into the ribbon, but hey ho. So, a massive shout out to you 7 of you that are watching. And I'm just going to quickly go through the rolling start. Oh, it is a bit loud. I'm really sorry. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's all right now. That was a bit loud for you guys. I'm really sorry. You couldn't hear me for a second now. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, rolling starts work like this. Basically, the person on pole, in this case one American, goes at a reduced speed at 80 miles per hour, 120 kilometers an hour. And it's up to them to set the pace for that. And they all follow them in a formation lap rolling start type of thing. Once they get to almost turn 10-ish, it will get to a formation point. And each of the drivers will go in a 2x2 formation, as they are about to do right now, which is actually really good timing, actually. And the speed will be reduced to about 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers an hour, roughly about that. And then they'll get to the acceleration zone, which is usually the start-finish straight, and it will be up to the leader to basically floor it, and that will signify the start of the race. So hopefully the guys that are usually at the back is able to control the rolling start pretty well, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they do. So it is really close. We're almost close to the formation point. Hopefully people will start to go in their 2x2 formation as well. So yeah, the season has gone really fast, and we've already seen some favourites in the league, such as Wolf and Moo. The two Janetta guys are absolutely dominating this league, but Parfox and Seppel is not that close behind. It's not that close behind. Between Parfox and Seppel, it's a 3-point gap. That is how much it is between those two. That is incredible. So it is going to be extremely tight towards those, and we're going to see how well they do. So we've got the one American and Rainbow going to 2, so we're all going 2x2 formation. They're almost on the start-finish straight. I'm just going to close my Google Chrome tabs, otherwise my things will go crazy. Hopefully the sound will be okay. If not, I will adjust it. But let's see how it goes then. We are about to start the 90-minute endurance race of 52 laps, full of fun. And let's see how our pole sitter does here. And looks like the one American has gone to a decent start, with Rainbow not that close, not that far behind. But as I was speaking, a bit of commentator's curse, the one American has just spun. So that's a bit of a shame from the one American. So that is allowing Seppel to gain the lead. And we've also got Rainbow that also got caught in that accident as well. So, and we've also got someone who I think was waiting as well. I think, no, it wasn't a living dead. It was, I forgot. But hey ho, I will double check in a second for you. So right now, Seppel managed to capitalise on other people's mistakes, is now in the lead. And we got Parfox in second. We got Moo in third. Burnout in fourth. Burnout had a really good race last week. Absolutely fantastic. He set fastest lap after fastest lap. And he's looking to gain some better pace today. And we already see the Ginetta of Moo already catching up as well. So it shows the Ginettas are closing up quite nicely. So let's go on board with one of the Ginettas then, if I can, if it'll let me. There we go. And he is closing up to Seppo already. So he's already gained a few places, which is very interesting. I'm not that surprised because Ginetta's pace is amazing. But I think he's looking for a lot of good moves, I think, as well. So, yeah, it's going to be extremely close between those guys. So, let's just see what happens. So, we're heading towards almost the start-finish straight. We'll see if he goes around the outside or the inside of Seppo. I'm just following him right now, just seeing if it works. I doubt it. I doubt he's going to make a move at the moment. He's keeping it very cautious, which is what is expected of him at the moment. It looks like he is very strong at the moment. He's suffered a bit of lag there, but looks like he's okay. But that's allowing Parfox and Burnout to overtake him. Burnout is not that far behind from Moo either. And we also got the person in 4th place as well of Chaos Fury catching up as well. And Moo has almost dropped positions as well. So that is not looking good for Moo. So, yes, already some people dropping their way down the field there as well. So, a bit of a shame for their guys. But Seppo, like I said, a very good start already. Absolutely incredible. So, yes, it is going to be absolutely amazing. So, I know I keep saying amazing, but yes, we've just gone past lap 3 then. So that means if anyone has to do a pit stop, they can for their mandatory pit stop window. But I think due to the endurance racing, I won't be surprised if they'll be taking more than one pit stop. If people just take one pit stop, I'll be very surprised. So let me just get the speedo and the map as well then for you guys, so we can see. And, Burnout DC'd for a little bit then, and now he's back. So, luckily, he joined just in time, so that was good. So, let me just see if there's any other close battles as well. We've got Wolf closing in onto Chaos Fury, and we've got Burnout closing in on Wolf. So, Wolf is definitely a bit under pressure as well. So, this is absolutely crazy between those guys. That's what I like about endurance racing. That field is so bunched together towards the start, and then when it gets towards the latter stages of the race, it gets the gaps start to increase a little bit. Oh, and Wolf has just slided there. Oh my god, that was a bit of a shame from Wolf, as Wolf was dropping down the order into P6. So that's allowing Burnout to go through it as well. So let's just look at the bottom of the field now, because we want to try and get as much as possible now. We got Salpart trying to close in onto the Wolf as well. Due to Wolf's mistakes, he's about 2 seconds clear of Wolf. So is it possible that he can do it? We will have to find out as soon as possible, because you never know with these things. You never know. So, yes. And also, if you're wondering, we are also sponsored by Elgato and Thrustmasters. Elgato, who make this amazing capture cards and stream decks. I recommend you get any of those. Link is in the description. You can find more information. So, we got the one American at the back there as well, trying to do a damage limitation race after starting from pole, making that mistake. It's the second time in the endurance race that the person from pole has not kept the lead. I probably did speak too soon. But we got the Living Dead 69 already on the back of the one American there. So the 2D abbreviations is closing in right there. So, yes, very close indeed. So let's ride on board with the Living Dead 69 as we approach the penultimate few corners then. These are quite tricky corners to overtake. And we just seen the one American has just cut the corner just a little bit then. And I'm not sure if it hindered the Living Dead, but it seemed like it didn't, which meant he was able to gain some positions. So that was very good from the Living Dead. Very impressed from him. Again, another driver was able to capitalise on his mistakes. Now, we've got Ninja. We've got Ninja closing on one American now. So the one American is definitely struggling there tonight. It is quite common. I mean, it's just so sad that they're struggling at the moment. So hopefully we will see a lot more people make their way down the field then approaching this, because it is not over until the last lap. They can't get too complacent towards this, even if they know the track very well. So lap 5, and it's all to play for. And Ninja is trying to make a move on the inside of one American. Yep, he is definitely struggling right now, as everyone else is capitalising on that mistake. Let's go on board with Ninja then. He's lost a bit of pace at the moment, actually. But when we get to the final straight at some point, he will probably start to regain the position a little bit. So yeah, he'll probably do that. So I won't be surprised if that happens. He's got a better fastest lap at the moment, so all good for him. But he seemed to be sliding all over the place at the moment, so that's a bit of a shame. But hey ho. Oh my god, I can hear myself. I was trying to pause the chat and I thought I didn't. There we go, I paused it. There we go. Sorry about that, guys, if you heard me just for a little bit there. But yeah. So let's just go back to the midfield, because I think these battles are already shaping up to be very close. So we've got a very interesting battle here. We got between Parfox and Wolf. Is Wolf going to make a move on the inside of Parfox? We will see. He's closing in. Looks like he's going to make it stick at the moment. He is not. He's being cautious again. He doesn't want to do like he did in Le Mans and Indianapolis. He doesn't want to make contact with other drivers. He wants to, if there isn't a space, he wants to leave it. So, which is a very good move for that. So that is very important. And oh, who's that who went on the gravel? Was that Seppel? That might have been. I know it wasn't Chirac. It might have been. Actually, no, it's not Seppel. I did see someone one ride, but I forgot who it was. Yeah. So what was interesting actually was Seppel was Rainbow actually hit, I think, the one American into turn 1, I think. So there'll probably be a stewards inquiry, but I'm not going to say anything more because there might be other sides of the story. So yes, massive shout out to Aid in the chat. He's got 4G at the moment. He hasn't got Wi-Fi, but he's able to still watch the stream. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame he can't join us tonight, but luckily he's still in the chat with us tonight, so that's good. So Moo, I think we missed it. I'm really sorry about that. Moo's managed to gain some ground, and I think it was Seppel that struggled, because I think Seppel was in the lead and now he's down into P4. So yes, Moo is benefiting from it, but we got Chaos Theory closing in and Burnout as well. Burnout is probably one of the hot favourites to get a podium. It will be quite amazing if he gets a podium. I think he's hoping for that tonight. He's praying that he does that. But Chaos Theory, absolutely amazing pace at the moment, as I just go on ballroom quickly to see how close he is between Moo, which he is about 3/10 of a second closing in as well, which is nice. We got EVR Rapids in the chat as well. Hello, who's rooting for Chaos and Burnout. Good news is both your drivers are doing well at the moment, but I'm not going to jinx anything. And I'm not showing bias either. So, we've got Chaos Theory seeing if he can make a move. It is a bright sun, and it's quite hard for the drivers to also see the sunrise as well. That's what I find difficult about this track as well. Usually the difficult corner when I play F1 is where it changes gradient in like a few corners before the end. That is the trickiest corner, but they might not have done that in the Project Cars game. But yeah, you never know about that. So yeah, so let me just. Seems like this battle is not gonna go a bit more, so I'm just gonna see if there's any other close battles a second. So Burnout, how is he doing? Burnout is doing. He's about 1 second clear of Wolf. He is managing to hold on to Wolf, which is absolutely good. But I'm just seeing how Wolf is behind of Seppel. Seppel is closing, and Rapids, don't jinx it. If you're the one that's gonna jinx it today, it'll probably be you. So don't, don't. So the thing we also got to be careful tonight as well is the fuel as well. And oh, we got some battles. Oh, Seppel's in the pits. Seppel is in the pits. What's interesting, it's not capturing the pit limiter, like people in the pits. So I can't really tell what tyres they're putting on, which is a bit annoying. But hey ho. So let's go back to the battles then. Because usually you can, it might be just a glitch with the game. But Seppel has dropped down the order, probably due to the contact, the spin he had earlier. He probably had a bit of damage there. But we didn't actually see what happened, so I can't really judge anything at the moment. So I really should be getting a drink. But I have to stay put at the moment because you don't want a gap of silence at the moment. But hey ho. So the gap between Moo and Chaos Fury now is 1.1 second. 1 second, not 1.1 second. Oh my god. It is 1.0 seconds. So already the gap shaping to be very close. And Moo's set to there is faster than his set to before, which just goes to show the pace of these Ginettas. And I think they're very strong around this track as well. So that is really nice to see from these guys, from Moo as well. But looks like Chaos Fury is all right between him and Burnout. So he can play it safe. He just needs to battle Moo. But Burnout will definitely be in a lot of pressure now. He'll be racing against the championship leader right far behind. And Wolf will have the opportunity to actually possibly overtake him. But the gap's a little bit further back at the moment. So is Wolf not gaining on pace? I don't know. But he seemed to get a bit more speed. Oh! Burnout was closing in. He went a bit wide. I think he had to let Wolf through. Yes, he did. He had to let Wolf through. So, yes, he owned up to his mistake. I almost collided into you, so he let him through. So, good on him, Burnout. That is good sportsmanship right there. But what a shame from Burnout now. Wolf has lost a bit of time there due to that. But he was able to recover quite nicely. But that's allowing Chaos Fury to stretch the gap to being comfortably in second place. But then that's allowing also for Chaos Fury to close up to Moo quite closely. They are 0.5 of a second now separating between the both of them. So that is absolutely amazing. Like Chaos Fury is trying to close in already, which is quite nice actually to see people that are usually at the bottom of the field catching up with the leading bunch, which is quite nice to see, because that's why I like endurance races, because it's not qualifying or anything like that. And we got our first penalty of the session then, in the name of Wolf. Wolf did get a time penalty. I'm just going to check quickly what time penalty he got. Am I allowed to check? What time? He got a 1 second time penalty. Yep, he got a 1 second time penalty. So, what a shame from Wolf. He was looking very strong, but now he has to pull up a gap between Burnout as well. Do you think Wolf is going to let Burnout through, or is he going to try and stretch the gap to make sure he clears up to Chaos Fury? I don't know. But we got Parfox 4 seconds down from Burnout, so Burnout is comfortable in fourth for the moment. But I think the closest battle after that is between Cellpart and the Living Dead, both in similar cars. Now, to be honest, I absolutely love the Living Dead's game tag. It is really, really cool, to be honest. So, yes, as we go towards this then, let's see if he's going to make a move. Let's see if we can go on board with him again, just to see what go. He's a couple of attempts down on this lap, which is quite shocking for him at the moment. So, let's see how he does at the moment. He's approaching the double right-hander here. He's doing all right at the moment. But Cellpart is able to stretch the gap a little bit. Cellpart went a bit wide. Cellpart almost went into the gravel there. So that's a bit of a shame. But that's allowing the Living Dead to close in just a tiny bit. Not a lot. But it's looking like the Living Dead is stronger in the corners. That is what it's looking like at the moment. So let's see how they do going towards the final few corners. These are the most trickiest corners I think, because the gradient changes quite a lot. Yeah, this is the corner I was mentioning earlier on that I usually find tricky when I play F1 sometimes. So if these drivers mention it, then they will do it well. So they go towards the start-finish straight then. A little bump from the car in front of Selpar, and we also had a little bump from the Living Dead 69 as well. So they're a little bit equal on pace, but they're about, I think, 3/10 between each other at the moment. So let's see how they do going into turn 1 at the moment. We'll just see if Living Dead gains a bit more pace. Oh, Selpar. I don't know what happened with Selpar, but Selpar did go a bit wide again. I don't know what happened with him. But it looks like Living Dead is allowing to close in by like 1/10 of a second. This is going to get extremely close indeed. But that's allowing the Living Dead to go in front of Selpar. But Selpar, I can see from Selpar, he is not giving up in the slightest. Look at him. He is trying to make the move, and the Living Dead is defending really nicely indeed from Selpar. So that is very good as well. So Selpar not in a position that he needs to be right now, but he's not fighting for the championship, so he can play it easy, but he wants to score as much points as possible. So indeedio. So approaching the bridge then. I'm just checking to see if they're all right pace-wise at the moment, going towards that tricky corner. Looks like they're all right at the moment, so look at them, very strong. The one American is going a bit slower than usual as well, so I don't know what is happening with him, but hey-ho. Again, let me know your thoughts on the chat. If you also want to get involved on Twitter as well, just use the hashtag AORPcars as well. Just let me know your thoughts on how you think this race is going so far. So that'll be very interesting to see, as we're already in lap 11 of this race then. So yeah, it is great to see a lot of you also getting involved in a YouTube chat as well, because we like talking to you guys. We like you getting involved as much as possible. It's absolutely fantastic. So massive shout out to all four people who are watching the stream right now. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fantastic, and hopefully we'll bring some more good battles for you. Yeah, Wolf's the only person to get a time penalty, so yeah, the gaps are starting to stretch a little bit. That means the tyres are starting to stretch, but we are going to follow Chaos Fury and Moo, because that is the closest battle on track at the moment. So we're going to follow them, see what happens, and see how they do. They are starting to pace-wise. Let me just look on fuel as well to see how much fuel they got as well. So 19.2 for Chaos Fury, and let's see what Moo's like. 89.9. So Chaos Fury doing better on fuel, but that means that's allowing Moo to stretch the pace, and maybe he did do a light dash of fuel on purpose, but it is not like Project Cars. It's not like Project Cars at all. You can, no, it's not like F1. What am I saying? In F1, yeah, you can, in Project Cars, you can refuel, which is quite nice to see as well. So that is good. Is Chaos Mary? Oh my God, words tonight, Jessica. Is Chaos Fury gonna try and make a move on Moo? He is a bit far down at the moment. He seems to be matching on pace at the moment. Fastest lap at the moment for this lap. Moo 1:46.14. Chaos Fury at 1:46.16. So that's good. But we got Wolf in third place. He must have overtaken Burnout with the fastest lap of the lap with a 1:46.0. So that is good. I don't see anyone in the 1:45 yet, but due to these conditions, I won't be surprised if any of these guys go on that. To be honest, I won't be surprised whatsoever. So again, let me know your thoughts on how you think it's going to be. We've got a lot of people just clipping the corners a little bit, so naughty. A lot of people do get penalties on this track due to the fact there is quite tricky corners coming up as well. So all these people seem to be handling this tricky corner quite well, because the gradient just does change a little bit. You got to be careful not to slide as well going through that corner, because it's just quite hard to manage with the car. You got to get the balance right, you got to get the downforce right. It is just one of those. And they clipped the corner again. Not good. Not good at all. So, yeah, I don't know why I keep saying but there you go. Commentary for you. But anyway, so lap 14 of this Grand Prix then. Chaos Theory almost got the move done there, but he saw that there wasn't enough space and he decided to stay put. But I'm just seeing what other battles we have got. Not many at the moment, apart from the one American closing up onto Selpar and Ninja closing up onto the one American. So I expect these guys to be a little bit under pressure when it comes to these battles, but their pressure will ease off a bit when they get into the pits. It will be interesting. Oh no! Ninja has made the move done very nicely there. Absolutely incredible, but I think he went a bit wide again. So that's allowing the one American to gain a position back. So almost a good move, but I think what he must have thought, oh, I got the move done, I don't need to work as hard. But that just goes to show, don't be complacent in Project Cars 2, I've got to tell you that. Definitely do not become complacent, because that is why these drivers seem to be, you know, less aware with these types of things. So, yeah, so I'm just going to check the chat to see if we have any more responses in the chat then, because I accidentally closed the chat by accident. So, yes, a lot of Tour Mayhem Network is saying there's a lot of clean racing going on. Yeah, apart from the first few laps, there has been some very clean racing from the guys, which just goes to show why these guys are in the top tier of Xbox One in the GT3 League. So, yeah, that is why we're seeing them here, and they're showing clean racing. And they had a practice as well beforehand, so they knew, like, what areas of the track to overtake as well. So they just got to try and keep it as clean as they can. Got to make sure they manage on the fuel. I'm actually looking at the one American's fuel. He is very low on fuel. 38.6. Is he going to manage it? I don't think so. He'll probably have to pit twice, because soon his tyres will also start to struggle. So, and he's also got to make his mandatory pit stop, unless he's made one already. I don't know. But yes, the one American did get loose on the braking a little bit there. So, I'm just seeing what else is happening throughout the field as well. So, I'm just going to make my way across there. So, at the moment, if you're just wondering what this stream is, this is the ApexOnlineRacing GT3 League for Project Cars 2. It's Xbox One Tier 1, and we are at the endurance race, round number 7 in Catalonia, which, again, is one of my favourite tracks, because I used to race in this quite a lot. Not in Project Cars, obviously, but in F1 as well. So that's how I know this track quite nicely, and which is one of the easiest corners to overtake, and which is the hardest, and which ones you also got to not bottle it. So yes, well, apparently the one American should be going into the pit in the next few laps. I did see Ninja go a bit wide again. That will probably allow the one American to squeeze in again, but I really don't know at the moment. He's probably going to try and make a move, but I don't think it's going to happen at the moment. Oh, I've seen Selpar. Is it Selpar that went into the gravel? Yes, it is Selpar. Oh, no. It is Selpar. He lost it. He lost it in the corner, like I said, which is tricky to overtake and actually go in. I usually find it hard myself as well. So, yes, I must have jinxed it already. So, bit of a shame from Selpar as he's dropping his way down through the field. And Seppel not having a good race either. And Rainbow already down the field in 11th place. So we are already seeing some winners and some losers as well in this race, which is a bit of a shame at the moment. So Selpar really does need to pick up the pace a little bit in order to make sure he gains some more positions. But it can be done. It can be done. he's now on fresher tyres. Well, he's now going to be on fresher tyres soon, and he will be pitting. So a lot of these guys will probably start pitting towards about lap 20 if they want to do a 2-stop, or possibly some people want to do a 1-stop. Now, expect the people that are doing 1-stop to have more fuel. More fuel has more downforce. So if you want more downforce on the straights, for example, maybe having more fuel will benefit from that. So yeah, I did notice, and I think a few people were noticing in the chat, especially Aiden, he's got a bit of damage to One American. Let me just check quickly. Let me just check to see if he's got a bit of damage. He has. He's got a bit of damage from a rear. It looks like his rear end is slowly coming on. It might be just a visual glitch from my end, but I don't know. But looks like he has to pit again soon. He has to pit again. If he doesn't, then that'll be wrong, to be honest. But, you know, it's not up to me. It's up to the drivers. And we've also got another Ginetta that's got a time penalty of Moo. Moo's got a time penalty. Let's see what time penalty he's got at the moment. Why is it not letting me show the time penalties? No, I don't want to quit the session. How do I see the time penalties again? I can't remember. Hey ho. But anyway, the one American really just needs to do his best to try and catch up. But I think he must have overtaken Selpart as well. But yeah, it's quite surprising that Moo and Wolf both have penalties. So far then, due to the fact that Moo and both Ginettas having penalties, Chaos Fury is in the lead of this endurance race. He's having a tremendous race so far. He's definitely been controlling it wherever he is. He's trying to match the pace of the Ginettas as well. So that is absolutely amazing. But hey ho. So yeah, I will have to. Oh, it will have to be timing. I don't know, but I will double check. Yeah, both Moo and Wolf have got time penalties. So yeah, Chaos Fury is definitely under less pressure at the moment, because even if Moo overtakes him, I think Moo's got a 1 second penalty. I think. I don't know what he got a time penalty of, but I don't know. But let me just, no, I really can't see at the moment. Oh, timings, there we go. Thank you, Aiden. So Moo's got a 1 second time penalty as well. So yeah, that is his time penalty at the moment. So that is a bit of a shame. But that means even if Moo overtakes him, Chaos Fury will still be in the lead and vice versa. But I think Moo will still be in second place because the gap between Moo and Wolf is not enough at the moment. So, yeah, not enough. But hey ho. So, Parfox and the Living Dead is closing up as well. I'm not surprised if Parfox can catch up to Burnout in the latest round of pit stops coming up soon. I won't be surprised if that happens, but you never know with these types of situations. They got to be aware of the surroundings around them and stuff like that. They just got to be able to think on their feet. And since there's no weather conditions and the weather is staying put for this race, they just got to manage their tyres. They got to make sure that they're on the best tyres available. Honestly, if you want to get fast paced towards the beginning, they would probably best of that. So, yeah. So that is incredible. Yeah, it is quite hard to use the left B and the right B buttons to trigger this. It is quite hard, but yeah, I managed to figure it out, luckily. But hey ho. Thanks again, Aiden. Aiden being my spectator on the stream. So, very nice. So, we got Moo in the pits. Moo has made the call then, and he's going into the pits. We've got Selpart on the start-finish straight. Let's see where Moo ends up then. Looks like Selpart has jumped Moo. He's done that quite nicely, actually. But I think Selpart hasn't pitted yet, so... do you think he's made the right decision? We will have to wait and see as this endurance race progresses on as well. So, we will have to find out as well as it continues. But he has nothing to worry about because he's got a time penalty. But I think that's what he was thinking. He has a time penalty. He's got nothing to lose. He thought, why not pit? So he's able to stay in the position where he is now. And the gap won't matter for him. But I was wrong because I think it's either the Living Dead or the One American closing in onto Moo. But I don't think the pace of the One American is enough to catch up to Moo. Because the Genettas are so fast around this track. It's just amazing. So it does also depend on the different type of tracks. And also the type of assist. Most people, assist-wise, use no assist. But there's some people that use authentic assist. I think for the top tier, tier 1, I think they're not allowed to use any. Not even authentic. I don't think. But I will find out at some point. And I think we've got a lot of people that will decide to pit very soon. Because since Moo has made the call, I won't be surprised if Wolf will make the call as well. Because... or maybe the Genettas are on different strategies. It is quite common in this league that they're on different strategies just to make sure that they gain as much points as possible. But, again, you never know. You never know with these things. Now, again, I'd like to apologise if I, pause a little bit. My hay fever is getting ever so bad today. Since it's been raining and the grass has been growing again, my hay fever's just been so bad. But enough about my hay fever. Let's get on to the rest of this race. So if I do struggle to speak, then that's probably why as well. So, yes. So lap 20 then. The gap between Chaos Fury and Wolf now is 7. Oh, is Wolf going into the pits? Wolf must be struggling on his tyres because the gap is slowly increasing. Or has he got another time penalty? Let me just check quickly. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got another time penalty. He only got the one. But yeah, Wolf was slowing down. That was good timing. Wolf was slowing down because he's going into the pits right now. So yes, I was right in the fact that because Moo pitted, he had to pit as well. So we're going to see where Wolf is. I don't know why it's not showing the full pit stop. Let me just see. There we go. Going on board has probably helped matters, I think. Not going on the track side. There you go. So, it's interesting. I don't think they're taking tyres. Well, yeah, they are. Was Wolf meant to go? Because they didn't have the barrier up. I don't know. But hey-ho. That was quite a long pit stop for Wolf. But we've got Moo closing up as well. Moo's on the start-finish straight. And Wolf is 6th. This is going to be ever so close. Is Wolf going to jump Moo? Yes, he is. So Wolf managed to jump his teammate. But it might be team orders. It might have been that Wolf and Moo decided before the race that Moo was going to pit first and then Wolf. Or it might have been who was out on track first. But you never know. I think the One American is also pitting as well. So yeah, One American is also pitting as well. Looks like he pitted for fuel and tyres as well. Since his tyres looked a bit more cooler. So he's gone for both tyres and fuel then. He had a bit of damage, I think, because he is waiting for a long time during his pit stop. And he's dropping his way down through the field. He is really slowly starting to, I think at the moment, he's probably going to have a damage limitation race. Because as Aiden was saying in the chat, he did have a bit of rear wing damage, which I think they seem to repair. But a damaged pit stop, not too bad, but still, it was quite slow. But it could have been better, I think. But to be honest, I've seen worse pit stops in this game. So that's allowing Rainbow to overtake the one American and jump on the pit stops. But I don't think Rainbow has pitted either. So, interesting thing. When will Chaos Theory decide to pit? Because he'll have to pit soon. Maybe he'll probably want to stretch the gap out a little bit. Because I think a pit stop's about 15-20 seconds. But he's about 3 seconds clear of third place. So, no matter what, he'll gain at least second place if he pits now. But he's got enough fuel and he's managing to use his tyres to his advantage. But there is a mandatory pit stop that you have to use. But he seems to be managing his fuel and his tyres very well. So, you know. And a lot of people are saying in the chat also that Chaos is Theory, oh my god. It reminded me of the Big Bang Theory there, but no. Chaos Theory's pace is amazing, but yes it is. But Burnout has dropped 1 second on him. So Burnout has been gaining a bit of pace as well. So that's good enough to see, like by 10 seconds. But I think Chaos Theory is also matching the lap pace as well. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes to pit stop between these two. What tyres will they go into? Will they choose tyre? Or will they choose tyres or fuel or both? If I was in that situation, it'll be both. Because if you want to make your stints as long as possible and do a one stop, you probably would want to pit later I mean. So you can have a longer stint and last for the rest of the race and only have a one stop. I think that's what I would do if I was waiting in their situation. But again, like I said, it is not up to me. It is up to the drivers. It is their call. It is their decision with these types of things. To be honest with GT3s, they are very nice to drive around here. Especially with the sunrise in the horizon. Which looks quite nice actually. If you think about it. So we're almost an hour into this race already. This race has gone so quick. No, not an hour. Yeah, almost an hour. Like 45 minutes in, roughly. Yeah, 45 minutes into this race. So, this is going to be extremely close between Chaos Theory and Burnout to see how they can stretch the stint. If Burnout was to pit now, he would be comfortably in second place. Which I think is very good for him. He'll definitely be comfortably in second place if he pits now. But I don't think he's going to pit now. Nope, he's not. We can see him in the background. We can see him in the background as he goes through the start-finish straight. But I'm just going to see what other battles we've got. I think we've got Moo and Selpa about 4 or 5 seconds adrift. Seppel and Ninja about 5 seconds again. Now 6 seconds. Rainbow and the One American is 10 seconds. To be honest, the One American and Rainbow are the big losers, I think, at the moment. They are definitely the big losers. They can't afford to make much mistakes anymore, really. They just got to make sure that they don't give up. And it's also nice to see that all runners we got so far seem to be surviving, which is really good. Because if people are doing endurance races, to be honest, for me, the goal for most of them will be to just finish the race. If I would finish an endurance race, that would be a miracle. But to be honest, coming my luck, I don't think I would. Tool Mayhem Network said he would do the same as me if he was in a driver situation. He would pit later So he would have a longer stint, pit later, so then he can last his tyres and fuel to the end of the race. I think you would pit for tyre and fuel, won't you, as well? I think that's what you'll do, won't you? So it's nice to see people are thinking strategy. I think Parfox is about to lap the one American, I think. So, yeah, I think he's just lapped the one American, actually. So that's probably haven't helped Parfox in the slightest regarding race lap times. But, oh well, but that's probably allowing Parfox to go in the pits. He doesn't want to be caught by the lap drivers anymore, and possibly the way to stop this would be to pit, basically. So let's see what he does. Yes, they are pitting for tyre. No, it's just fuel. It's just fuel at the moment by the sound of it. It is not tyres. Because his tyres still look pretty warm. He possibly thinks that these tyres are going to last to the end of this race. That is possibly what he's thinking right now. He's thinking in his head, I'm doing alright with the tyres, or possibly he might be going for a two-stop strategy, but we won't know towards the end. Or he might be doing one stop if he can last the next 27 laps-ish on these tyres. Well, it's probably less than 27 laps, but I don't have a clue, to be honest, but hey-ho. So as we can see on the map as well, the drivers are really bunched out as well. Because like I said towards the beginning, it gets very close in the start, but as they're approaching about lap 25, that's when the gaps start to emerge, and you see the wheel stars, the wheel winners, emerging really based on their pace. And that is very important, I think. That is very important just to see what is happening. And, we got the Living Dead is pitting. I'm just going to see quickly what he's chosen to go on. He's approaching the pit window quite slowly than anyone else, but he wants to be cautious. He doesn't want to get a speeding penalty due to speeding in the pit lane. Now, I can't see if they're pitting for tyres or not. I think it's just tyres. It looks like it was just tyres, I think, that he was pitting from. It looks like it. Because his tyres definitely look a bit colder, but he's still on quite a low amount of fuel. I'll be quite surprised if he finishes this race on that. Because it'll be quite hard if they run out of fuel on the last lap. That'll just be painful seeing other drivers overtake. But again, I don't want to jinx too much. I don't want to jinx too much into these things, into these situations or anything like that. Because that's not how AOR goes. I don't want to show favouritism or anything like that. So, you know. Itchy nose again. It's driving me insane today. But anyway, let's carry on with this race then. And see where the gaps are emerging. We've got Burnout. One of our contenders for the win today is in the pits. I said roughly about then he would pit. I think he's probably made the right decision to pit now, because he'll probably go for a one-stop strategy, which will last to the end of this race. And by the looks of things, Chaos Theory will be on a one-stop strategy as well. So it looks like Burnout is going out on the pits then. But I think Wolf and Moo are pitted. So I think they've jumped Burnout. So maybe it was a mistake from Burnout to pit when he did. But you never know with these types of situations. As Burnout approaches turn 1, he is actually suffering less lag today than usual, which is quite nice to see. His connection issues are pretty much sorted now, with a few minor issues which can easily be rectified, which is quite nice to see because we can actually see some actual racing from Burnout, which is, you know, what we want to find out at the moment. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Sounds like I've got a stuffy nose, which is true at the moment. It is quite tricky. But we will get through this. We will get through this together. And this race is turning out to be very good anyway. So that is all good news. That is all good news that we are having a good race. And Selpar is deciding to pit as well. I'm just going to see what tyres he goes on now. Looks like he's putting tyres and fuel on. Definitely fuel, I think. Or he might have been on the same fuel as before. But once again, I don't know. Because I didn't spectate them further enough. But, oh well. It's interesting he's waiting quite a long time. Even though the lollipop man is just saying, all right, you can go now. But maybe he wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I think there might have been a bit of damage from earlier as well. So that costed a lot of time from Selpar. So he's already dropping his way down the field. He's like way off the pace now due to the bad pit stop that he had. That's allowed one American to overtake Selpar. And now, as you can see, I think most of the cars now are lapping him. Which, to be honest, it's not a good sight to see. But it's quite common in endurance racing to see quite a lot of people doing that. Which is a bit of a shame, really. So, hey ho. So how many people have we got watching the stream at the moment? We have got 2. We've got 2 people watching the stream, which is better than nothing. Quality over quantity. Let me know your thoughts again. Who you think is going to win this race? I have my eye, I think, on a few favourites. But you never know with these situations. I know I keep repeating the same things all the time. I'm not really meant to do that, really. But, you know, hey ho. So let's go back to the leaders of this Grand Prix and see how the gap is stretching now. But before that, I think Selpar has done a bit of a donut, done a bit of a spin. So I was just about to go to the race leader. But Selpar has spun a bit wide. So that's allowing his pace to drop way off. That is a bit of a shame for Selpar. But Chaos Theory, 38 seconds. He'll probably pit in the last available moment. But he seems to be alright on his tyres. And if the situation stays like it is at the moment, we'll have our third different winner. Fourth winner. Because we have 3 winners so far in this GT3 League for Season 10. We've had Wolf, who has won most of the races. Seppel, and I'm Cyborg. I don't think I'm Cyborg's here tonight. But I think he is with us in spirit, as it were. So, he is with spirit. Yeah, Selpar did have a little bit of a wobble. And I can hear a bit of the voice chat from Project Cars 2. I think I forgot to mute it, oops. But oh well, never mind. No harm done at the moment. But yeah, that's allowing Chaos Theory to stretch the gap quite a lot. So I'm very impressed with his pace so far. He has got about 22 laps to go of this Spanish Grand Prix here in Catalonia, the circuit to Barcelona. Can he do it? Now, excuse me a minute while I just blow my nose. To be honest, that's probably made it worse. But, you know, oh well, never mind about that. And also, let me turn the light on as well. Sorry about this, I can't even see properly. That's probably why. More professional, Jess. More professional. Now, Rapids is very happy to also see his men doing quite well. And as I was just saying, Chaos Fury has gone into the pits. Now, it will be interesting to see where the Janetta boys of Wolf and Moo end up. Again, he is going quite slowly in the pits as well. It's probably going to be very, very close at the moment. Let's see where Wolf is. Wolf is heading towards the start-finish straight. He's not that far at all. He's got a last few corners to go for that one. Chaos Fury is still waiting in the pits. Let me just go track side quickly. And see where Chaos Fury... Now, I think Chaos Fury is going, I don't know. Wolf's going on the start-finish straight. Oh, it's going to be ever so close. It's going to be ever so close between these guys. Oh, my God. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a battle and a half at this rate. No, Wolf has jumped Chaos Fury. So, Wolf is in the lead. Wolf is in familiar territory. The speed limit is 37. Thank you very much, Tall Mayhem. It's different than some other games that I've seen as well. So, that's probably why I got a bit confused, I think. But, hey-ho. So, yeah. Chaos Fury is now down in second. But I give credit to him, though. He was in the lead for some of this Grand Prix. And he was able to hold on to it for Moo, which is very good to see. So, I commend him for all the hard work that he's doing so far. So, good job on him. But I wonder what Moo will do to catch up to Chaos Fury. We will have to wait and see. I think the closest battle on track is between Parfox and the Living Dead. That is the closest one at the moment. And oh yeah, I have completely forgot about this. Thank you very much for reminding me, Mayhem. Wolf has got a 1 second penalty. So he's got to have at least a 2 second gap in order to make sure he retained his lead at the end. Looks like he's okay at the moment though. Looks like he's alright. So all is well for the Wolf gang. Woo! No, that's not a wolf. No, let me try again. Oh, Jessica, that's still a rubbish impersonation, but hey ho. Don't do any more impersonation in the stream. Thank you very much. Now, a few people are also asking, do you think Chaos can still battle Wolf? I think they can. I think Chaos Fury and Wolf could still battle it. Chaos Fury still definitely has the pace. It'll be interesting to see what lap times Chaos Fury pulls after a few laps, just to see what pace they do match on. But yeah, I think he's got the pace as well. But we've got, no, it's not Ninja, but we've got the Living Dead trying to close in onto Parfox right now. Let's see, we're running on board with them both now. Going into turn one, is he going to make a move? He's trying to make a move down the inside. He had to let him through because there was no space whatsoever. Some nice defensive work from Parfox, quite nicely. He knew where the Living Dead was going and he went there very nicely. And it shows that he is quite a clean racer. Most of them, like we said, are very clean racers in their own right as well. So that is extremely good work from the both of them. Now, apologies about that. I had to get my glasses because That will probably help me see better. I can see quite a lot better now. It's a bit more focused, I think. So I should be fine at the moment. As we got Limited trying to make a move, Powerfox is giving him no room and trying defending it quite nicely. The Limited is trying to find a possible way. He's trying to trick Powerfox into making a move and possibly making it easy. But no, Powerfox is not making it look easy there. There was almost a bit of contact, but in a few corners before. But looks like they are going clean at the moment, which is very, very good to see from all of them at the moment. So, looking good already. So, 20 laps to go then of this Grand Prix. I think it's 19 laps now. And already it's shaping up to be quite a close battle. The gap in front is now dropped to 3 seconds. So Wolf is definitely comfortably in the lead. So yeah, Wolf has definitely grown his lead as well. His strategy of Jeanette's strategy of them going to the pits when they did has definitely paid off. Chaos Theory is definitely in a Janetta sandwich right now. To be honest, it is quite true. They are in a Janetta sandwich. But I'll be interested to see if Moo can close up to Chaos Theory. Otherwise, it won't be a Janetta sandwich. But the Limit Dead and Powerfox is closing in all the time. It is absolutely incredible to see them catching up so fast on these tight corners. To be honest, I don't know how the drivers do it quite nicely, actually. They seem to be doing it very well. The Limit Dead 69 seem to be lowering on fuel. And it's about 2-3 litres a lap they use. Is he going to make it to the end of the race? Or does he have to pit soon? I think if I was him, I would pit very soon, you know. Because otherwise, it would just be a whitewash, I think, between those two. And it would be a bit of a shame. I think Moo has this unless he has problems. No, it's not Moo in the lead, it's Wolf. I think Tool Mayhem Network is getting a bit confused. But, yeah, let me just go through the order very quickly. Excuse me. So we got Wolf in the lead, followed by Chaos Theory, and then we got Moo in third. We've got Burnout in fourth, Powerfox in fifth. We've got Living Dead closing in as well. Ninja in seventh, Rainbow in eighth. So he's not doing too bad to make his way up through the field. He's going to score some alright points because it could help in the constructors maybe. But again, I don't really want to jinx anything. And we got the one American in ninth. Selpar and Seppel. It's probably going to be a race to forget for the both of them at the moment. Not looking very strong at all. But he'll probably forget about this, Seppel, I think. And his mind will focus towards the rest of this race. Because I think that's what he's thinking right now. He wants to get through as much of the race as he can. He's a few laps down our race leader, which is not usually like him. Usually he's actually closing to the race leader, but not today. Not today as well. But as Wolf then tries to cross the start-finish straight to start lap 36, which will be very soon indeed. And it's going to be an interesting rest of this Grand Prix. I can't really call it. Right, I have got my water now, so it's all good. I was struggling for hydration. I really should have got it beforehand, so apologies about a bit of a delay there, but I've got my water. It's all good. Because if I had a co-commentator, obviously I would have got water whilst he was speaking, but it's just me at the moment, and the hay fever is definitely not helping tonight. But this race seems to be very good dominance from Wolf, as he's showing already that he's 4 seconds clear of Chaos Theory. But it'll be 3 seconds after that penalty. So already he's looking the one to beat. And he's also looking to be a favourite to win this championship. He's already got a comfortable gap at the moment. But the championship probably won't be decided until either the second to last race or the last race. That is probably when the championship will be decided at the moment. But we will have to wait and see and find out from these guys and see what happens. As Wolf is doing very well, trying to stretch the gap a little bit. So, the gap that we are interested in now is between Moo and Burnout. That is the battle I think most people want to see at the moment, because it's the closest battle on track. It's the closest battle on track, as Moo went a bit wide there of Burnout. He crossed the pit lane line. I really don't know what went on from Moo there. Probably Burnout might challenge him. Burnout was suffering a bit of lag, but not a lot. Oh, there's a bit of contact. I think possibly Moo and Burnout has got a bit of damage because of it. That is a bit of a shame, really, because Moo doesn't usually get damage in these types of races. Let me just go on board with Moo and see if he's got any damage. Oh, there's a bit of a bent front wing there, so he could possibly stay out, I think, for a little bit. But I think that contact with Burnout has probably lost a bit of downforce, as he's already going a bit wide. He's weaving across the track as well, which looks like he is struggling a little bit, so he'll probably have to pit again. He was probably only hoping to do a one-stop strategy, but it's looking like he will probably do a two-stop strategy, which is definitely not what he was expecting. But he seems to be doing all right on fuel. He's coping. He's also managing his tyres quite nicely. Even though he's weaving a little bit. I thought he was going to pit again, but no. He has chosen to stay out, so good move on him at the moment. So, right now then, I'm just going to see what other battles we've got emerging. We've got an interesting battle for trying to avoid last place battle of Cell Parts and Seppel. Now, these two are not having a good race, but 10th place does score points. So, both of them want to get points, but only one person can. So, I won't be surprised if these two fight towards the bitter end to make sure they stay in that fight. Stay in that fight and make sure they get some points. Because usually, I get to a situation when I do races like this. When I do races like this, it's quite tricky to be like, oh, I'm last, I don't really want to carry on. But actually, being in last place has an advantage, because there might be people in front of you that make mistakes. And you can actually capitalise on those mistakes. So maybe being last is a good thing, but probably you might be in a bit more pressure. So, yeah, Moo had got a bit of... oh, I've seen someone go wide. Who was that? Oh, that's Seppel! That's Seppel losing a bit of grip. And he got to be careful to try and avoid Wolf, as he's been lapped by Wolf again. I literally don't know what happened with Seppel. He seemed to be struggling throughout all this race. This is not the race to be for him, unfortunately. I don't think it's one of his stronger tracks, which is a bit of a shame to see because there are some tricky corners. Again, he's just got to make sure he survives this race. Because I think his ultimate goal at the moment is to make sure he survives. Because surviving more than anything is an achievement in itself, really. So that is what Seppel needs to do to make sure he stays in this race. Because he can't do anything else. I don't think he can catch to any of the top 5 at the moment. Now, with Wolf's 1 second time penalty, he's comfortably going to be in the lead even without that time penalty. So he's doing enough to stretch that gap. You do see a car behind Wolf, but that is the lapped car of Seppel. This might put Chaos Fury off a little bit. But fingers crossed, it won't be. So yeah. So we got a massive shout out to Alex Brown that's in the chat. Hello, how are you doing? Saying Jess hype. So, yeah. Why did I delete that message? I accidentally, you know, hey ho. And what's also interesting as well is the battle for third as well. The battle for third, because Moo has that 1 second time penalty, he needs to be able to stretch the gap to make sure he stays out in third. Because otherwise, Burnout will be third and get his 3rd consecutive top 4 finish in a row, which will be an incredible feat for him. So he's got to be careful. I'm just going to see. Let me just give you a rundown actually of the penalties people have got right now. So the only people that got penalties is Wolf and Moo. Everyone else seems to be driving very cleanly, which is very good to see. Last week we were racing in Bruno, which I even raced myself on my YouTube channel. It is quite tricky corners, and none of them got penalties. But here in Spain, there's more tricky corners, and a few people are still getting time penalties for it. So I wonder if it's the driver or the weather conditions or anything like that. Yep, we do see, I think another car seems to be struggling as well. Let me just check quickly. It might be Seppel again. No, it's not Seppel. Oh no, it's Selpar. So the bottom few tonight are not having their best races whatsoever. He looked like he was struggling for grip a little bit by the looks of things, which probably put him off, which is a bit of a shame to see at the moment. But hopefully he can recover, which I think is allowing Selpar to close in onto. No, that's allowing Seppel to close in onto Selpar again. I think that's what's happening. I think Moo is doing enough for the moment to make sure he stretches that 1 second gap for Burnout. As long as he keeps that gap above 1 second, Moo is absolutely fine. But he can't go any slower than that, really. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but I do see a bit of damage from Moo. Especially, I don't know, or it might be delivery. I don't know. I'm sure there's a bit of damage on Moo. But it might be just me imagining things or broadcast a director glitch or something like that. But he does seem to be struggling just a tiny bit to try and catch up. Because I can see Burnout is now right behind Moo now. So maybe that's Probably because Burnout is not fighting position, because maybe he knows. He knows that Moo's got a penalty and he can take it easy for a bit. Which I think is what he should do. Which he seems to be doing right now. He is taking care. He's suffering a bit of lag, but he's got to make sure that he doesn't give as much contact as possible. As we see Moo trying to go defensively into turn 1. We see Burnout trying to go on the inside line. Who's going to make it stick at the moment? A bit of squeezing from the pair of them, from Moo and Burnout. I didn't see who was to blame at the moment. But it looks like Burnout has lost a bit of time because of that incident, which didn't work out. But that's allowing Moo to stay ahead into P3. Only just though. But time penalties can change everything. That is the beauty of this GT3 league. It can all change, really. It can all change. But by a blink of a hat, really. So they got not be these drivers have got to not become complacent when they're driving around here, because Burnout is comfortably alright in 4th because the gap between him and Parfox is about 30 seconds anyway. So they should be fine, but you never know how the rest of these drivers are feeling like. It'll be interesting to see how these drivers feel when it comes to the post-race interviews as well, when we interview them, because oh no, what is happening with Burnout? A bit of commentator's curse, I think, which I do apologise. Our first commentator's curse of the stream. We said Burnout was going to do very well and he just spinned it. He's starting to get a bit more lag now. So now the gap between him and Moo is 4 seconds. That is not good. I think we've seen a lot of drivers getting caught out by that corner as well. So it is quite a common corner to be caught out. So that's allowing Moo to be comfortably in 3rd. So, oh. I thought someone retired, but it wasn't. It just kept changing the camera for some reason. But hey ho, we are back to normal then. So that's good. Lap 43. So we've got 9 laps left of this Grand Prix. Wolf, we haven't followed much of Wolf, to be honest, because he hasn't got involved in much battles towards the latter half of this Grand Prix. He seems to be controlling the race. He's driving very cleanly. And you can imagine he's probably doing like time trial laps or something like that. That's what he's doing right now. But I won't be surprised if Chaos Theory catches him towards the final few laps. I won't be surprised. And let me know your thoughts in the chat as well. Can Chaos Theory close in onto Wolf? To be honest, I don't know at this point. I really don't know if they can close in. But we will have to find out. We have to wait and see. And see what goes on with this situation. Because he's alright at the moment. He seems to be okay. Even with the time penalty, he's comfortably in 1st. Yeah, Burnout is suffering a bit more lag than usual now due to that spin. Which, it might be connection issues, maybe due to the time of night or something like that, where he is in real life. But I think that's where we're allowing Parfox to close in, even though the gap is still quite big. He could possibly close in if he pulls some good, if Parfox pulls in some decent lap times. Which I think can be done. But it'll probably be pushing it, I think. And there's not many other battles going at the moment. So, whilst I think the rest of this race is going on, to make this stream a little bit more interesting, I'm actually going to find some facts of Catalonia on my phone whilst this race is going on. So we got Moo closing in onto Burnout again. Burnout closing onto Moo, I should say. My bad. As Burnout seems to be back on the pace again. Last lap he was on a 1:46.1. So that was a very good lap from him. Very good lap. So he seemed to be recovering from his mistake earlier on in the race, which is very good to see. So, a few facts about Catalonia. It was first held as a racing track in 1992, and it was used to known as Circuit de Catalunya, but now it's Circuit de Barcelona. It was built in 91 and began hosting the Spanish Grand Prix in the same year. And basically it was the same stadium as where they hold the Olympic cycling event in Spain as well, which was quite nice. And there are many formulas that have races here, which is the European Touring Car Championship, the FIA GT Championship, Formula Renault, and World Rallycross as well. Visits Catalonia as well, which is good to see as well. And I like that it sees that, but I think Rallycross has like a shortened track that they use. And it would be interesting to see like if what they have as Joker laps as well. But hey ho, enough about Rallycross. Let's get back to this race in hand. Already we're starting to get into the 1:45s lap times. And Chaos Fury is the fastest of the lot. So Chaos Fury already representing the EVR boys, very proud at the moment. Showing his muscle with his team. He'll probably need this result today because he's showing some good pace. So he is showing his muscle, and to be honest, I really like his livery. His livery actually looks quite nice in a way because it shines a little bit. It has a bit of red, it has a bit of black. I like a bit of black and red livery, to be honest. But hey ho. So that's what I like about that. So it is coming to the point of the stream where you guys can vote for your driver of the day. Who would you want to get driver of the day? Who do you think is standing out towards this track? Who do you think is shining the best? I'm not going to say my thoughts on driver of the day until towards the end, because yet again I don't want to jinx anyone. So again, I'm not going to say my choice of driver of the day until then. So let's see how the midfield are seen to be doing. Living Dead, he's a bit off the pace with lap times compared to the leaders. He is on a 1:48.4. That's what his pace at the moment. And so is Rainbow 1:48.3, but Living Dead is slower than Rainbow. But the slowest time at the moment is the One American and Part. Probably the two biggest losers at the moment of this, which is a bit of a shame really, but it is nice that they're still surviving. They're not giving up. They're using my advice to stay out because they could capitalise on that mistake, which I think that's what most people would have done as well. So yeah, that is good to see at the moment. So I'm just going to see what the fuel like is looking as well. The One American's fuel is looking alright. I think because he's a few laps down, he'll probably last till the end of the race, I think. With Sepple, his fuel's quite low, but I think he can manage. Rainbow, oh, Rainbow's on quite low fuel. There's about 5 laps left of him, and it's usually about 2 or 3 litres. 3 times 5, that's 15. Oh, that's going to be ever so close. That's going to be ever so close for Rainbow. I just really hope that Rainbow doesn't run out of fuel, because that will be just a nightmare for him if he runs out of fuel, to be honest. So I'm just going to see where everyone else is fuel-wise. Wolf, 14.9. He can manage just, I think, slightly. You'll probably have to do a bit of safe fuel consumption. Chaos Fury, it looks a bit more comfortable with 36.1. So I don't think Chaos Fury will be pitting again. Burnout, he looks pretty fine on fuel as well, 21.1. I think they will last, but I think we got Moo trying to close in onto Burnout then. So we're going to just follow this battle then. I will check the fuel or everybody else in a second, but it's... Oh my God! What has happened with Burnout and Moo? They both collided into each other again. Burnout was suffering a little bit of lag. That's allowing Moo to stay his position. Let me just follow Burnout quickly. Let's see if he's got any... Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. It's probably just a bit of lag, you know. Because he's already closing in onto Moo again. So, Moo is definitely showing up the pace a little bit. I literally, that was just the weirdest crash I've ever seen in my life. And then Burnout seemed to be absolutely fine. So, that is absolutely top stuff from Burnout. I wonder if it gave Moo a bit of a fright there. Because I know it certainly would have done if I was racing. But, yeah. So, yeah, basically what happened, it looked like Burnout spun. And Moo had nowhere to go. And he spun him. So it probably was a racing incident. But I think the rules are, if you do spin, you probably have to wait until the car in front, a few cars in front go past you, and then you go. And that will probably prevent that incident from going in the first place. But looks like from Burnout, he's fine at the moment. But yeah, again, it was probably one of the weirdest crashes I've seen. I was trying not to laugh, but yeah. But as I've noticed as well, Seppel has got a penalty. Seppel has got a penalty. Let me just check the timing sheet quickly. 1 second again. So it probably is corner cutting again, but probably won't make any difference because Selpar's gap is quite low. But I think Selpar is just about to be lapped by the Living Dead then. So he's about to be lapped again. So I think the only people on the same lap, let me just check, is Wolf, obviously, Chaos Fury, Moo, Burnout. No, actually, no, Burnout's on a different lap. No, wait. Burnout and Moo will be on the same lap again in a minute. And so will Parfox and Ninja. But then if everyone from 7 downwards is either a lap or 2 laps down. That's what I predict with endurance races, guys. This is what happens. So if you just joined us, where have you been? It is coming towards the end of this endurance race in Catalonia. This is round 7. This race has been going on for around about almost an hour and a half. Nearly an hour and a half now, actually. And we've got a few laps to go. And so far, starting from 6th place, Wolf has taken the lead. And the Janettas really are force in this game on Xbox. It just goes to show that they are the car to beat. Now, 7th place, the Living Dead is 7th place. So he's closing in quite nicely. I think he's got to overtake Seppel. I won't be surprised if Seppel gets some blue flags. Yeah, Wolf is going to be so close on fuel. He's 8.4. I think he can just about manage it, I think. He could just about. I think he can. He's got 2 more laps to go. I think by the end of it, he'll probably have 2 litres of fuel remaining, which will be cutting it fine, I think. So that's why I'll be asking him as well. Chaos Fury, like I said, he's doing fine. Now, Moo is fine on fuel at the moment. Burnout seems to be fine. I'm just going to see the others now before it got to, Basically, people got 3 laps to get 9 litres of fuel to the end, yes. It's going to be a tricky order for Wolf, but we will have to wait and see. Parfox, he should be fine on fuel, 18.5. He seems to be doing alright with his tyres, but Ninja is kind of closing in on Parfox as well. For 5th position. To be honest, that is the closest battle we can see on track at the moment. So that's the closest battle we can see. I thought I could hear something going on outside, but in my house, but it must be my imagination. But we are going on board. Let's see if we can go on board with Ninja then. As Ninja's gone a bit wide again. So that's allowing Parfox to stretch the gap, I think, a little bit. So, yeah, that's allowing Parfox to stretch it. So, good on him. Why? Oh, I don't want the timings. Go away. There we go. So, the gap now is about 5 or 6 seconds after that spin from Ninja. Let's see what Burnout is doing now. Burnout's like 1 second, almost 1 second clear of Moo. Let's see. So, Moo's 49 seconds away from the leader. 0.8, 50.5. So I think Burnout will just be in 4th place at this rate because of Moo having a time penalty. That'll just get any close. And to be honest, if Wolf, if it's any more, what we're going to do then is we're going to see, like, so I think he was on 8, he's on 5.6 now. And we're going to just see what he does going to the final lap. I'm just going to see when it gets to the final lap how much fuel he'll be under. Because I'm very intrigued to see if he'll get to the end of this Grand Prix with the amount of fuel that he has. It's going to be head to the nail. It's going to be ever so close. If Wolf runs out of fuel, Chaos Fury will win this Grand Prix. 4.9. It was on 5.6 a minute ago. Let's see when he crosses the start-finish straight. Let's see. 4.6. He will just about have enough. So, oh my God, that was close. That was intense. He's on 4.2 now. He'll have enough fuel to get to the end. That is good. But let me just see if anyone else is going to be cutting it fine. Rainbow's on 4 fuel. I think he'll just about make it to the end. That'll be cutting it fine. It looks like, according to Aiden, it's looking to be 2.5 seconds a lap of fuel that is used. But it does depend how fast you go as well. But you never know. Wolf is definitely showing today that he is one of the force to be reckoned with in this championship. He wants to win another title, and he's definitely on his way to doing so at the moment. I think he's only lost a few races. I think he's lost 2. Yeah, he's lost 2 races. Which I think Seppel's won 1 and Cyborg has won the other. But Wolf has won every other race apart from those 2. So, already, he is a force at the moment. So the fuel I did predict was going to be in this car after these laps. I was right. It's roughly going to be about 2 litres of fuel left in this car, which is putting it fine. But that means he's able to stretch the pace a little bit. Oh, he's cut the corner. Oh, my God. It's going to be close. But I think Wolf's taking the win. I'm just going to see if he hasn't got a penalty for it. But he's weaving. Yes, he's taken the win. Oh, he's gonna be... Oh, he's bottled it again. But it doesn't matter. He has won. Chaos Fury has crossed the line in 2nd. Looks like he's staying where he is at the moment. Burnout is under pressure from Moo. It's a last lap battle coming through then. Let's see what is happening with that battle. We're going to go on board with Moo. Seeing if Moo can make a move on Burnout. Burnout went a little bit wide. Clipped the corner a little bit. Don't forget, Burnout has got a penalty. No, Moo's got a penalty. Burnout hasn't. Going towards the start finish straight then. Let's see if Burnout can hold Moo. It'll be amazing if he can. It'll be a great race if he did. Let's see. Both crossing the final few straights. And Burnout is in 3rd position. His best result of the season. He is in 3rd place. So great stuff from from Burnout. So for the first time in a while, Moo is outside the top 3. So that's allowing Wolf to stretch the gap a little bit. Parfox now crosses the line in 5th. We've got Ninja crossing the line in 6th place. What a great result for him. The Lemon Den not doing too bad. He's slowing down. He's slowing down, or he might have just finished the lap. I don't know. Yep, they're finishing laps. That's why they're going slow. So I think we're waiting. Oh, Chaos Fury was doing donuts. He is happy. He is happy with that result. He was doing donuts. I've just seen. He was very proud of what he did there. To be honest, Wolf did a really good fight coming towards that. But to be honest, my driver of the day has got to be Chaos Fury. He started in 2nd place. He was leading for some of the race. The only person he was overtaken by was Wolf. But he managed to hold on to everybody else, including Burnout. So he is definitely my driver of the day. And it's one of his best results, his first podium of AOR as well. So, I'm going to see if we can get them for interviews. Oh, I've nearly spilled a drink somewhere. So let me just start a party. So we're going to invite Wolf, Chaos Fury and Burnout into the chat. Let me just start a party quickly. I'll try it on the Xbox app. If I can't do it on the Xbox app, I will have to do it somewhere else, I think. So, first of all, let me get our race winner. Let me see if I can find him. Aha. Oh, there we go. Almost got it. Invite to party. And then let me see who else I've got. Is Chaos Fury and Burnout. Do I have Burnout added on? Do I have Burnout? I think I do. I can't remember. I don't know. But hey ho.
Hello.
So we have our 2nd place man, Mr. Chaos Fury. Well done. What a great race for you. How do you feel after that performance? You probably wasn't expecting that.
No. The season I've had so far, I'm just really happy to finally have a good race and get a good result.
Yeah, definitely. Because you were a bit under pressure from Wolf a few times. Do you think you were gonna challenge for the win, or were you just aiming for 2nd? Or did you have
I'm just glad to beat one of the Ginettas. I'm surprised actually that I beat any of them, because the Ginettas are so quick. But Wolf was he's half a second a lap faster, so when he got to about 5 seconds in front of me when I come out of the pits, I just thought, right, let him go now.
Yeah, that was probably a good move as well. And do you think before going into this race, Spain was one of your strongest tracks, or do you have stronger tracks coming up?
No, I've had stronger tracks. It's just this one seems to have felt right for the way I got the car set.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, we still have more people joining the chat, but I'll ask you a few more questions. Ask you a few more questions. Now going into the next race, which I completely forgot where it is. Do you think you're gonna have more confidence going into the race, so you possibly can try and aim for a podium again, if not possibly a win?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully now it'll be uphill from now on, hopefully.
And in the chat, our commentator that couldn't make it tonight because of internet, he's also voted you as driver of the day as well, because I voted you as driver of the day as well. So you got both of the commentators backing for that. So yeah, it was a very good Very good race. So,
Thank you very much.
and we're also going to go to before we chat to our race winner, we're going to go to our third place man, who's his first podium of the season, I believe, Mr. Burnout. Well done. You were showing some very good. You were showing some very good pace there. Some battle towards the end towards Moo was getting ever so close. Were you a bit under pressure going towards the end? Did you know that Moo had a penalty?
Yeah, I always knew, so I was I was aware of it, but I kind of just wanted to have the place, not just because of a penalty, so I was trying my hardest, but then for some reason my brakes kept messing up at turn 1 and into first corner in sector 3, can't remember what turn that is, so I kind of had to think a bit differently, you know, just hold back, you know, he's got a second penalty and, you know, it's the place at the end of the day, but he managed to make a mistake going into turn 3, I think it is, turn 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit of a boring race because we didn't really have anyone to battle, but I just knew that I was catching Moose, so that was really my target, and yeah, it was a really good race, and especially with Chaos, I mean, GG to him because he was stunning the whole race, man. Amazing.
Yes, definitely. And to be honest, your best finish, I think, was before this was 4th as well. I asked the same question as I asked Chaos Fury. Did you think you were going to get 3rd today after your good showings in the last 2 races?
No. To be honest, I didn't really put that much effort into this race, to be honest. Just simply, like I said before the race in the interview, that I haven't been enjoying the season. Simply just personal reasons. But didn't think of it, didn't really think, oh, we're going to be fighting for it. But then once I kind of saw where we was at, I was like, okay, this is going to get interesting. So started to really push more, and yeah, it was enjoyable, especially at the end. I mean, Moo held a really good fight. He was very tough to pass, I'll be honest. Yeah,
he is very tough,
in the corners.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you should be very proud for that performance, and I won't be surprised if you're probably aiming for a podium position again, or possibly even top 2 or winning it. But do you think on the next track is a strong track for you, or do you need to get some more practice in, do you think?
What's the next track?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's Hockenheim.
Oh, Germany. Oh, nice.
I'll be honest. At the end of the day, of course, I need to put more practice in, and you know, that isn't my fastest. Today didn't show my fastest. At the end of the day, I know that. But will the Audi be quick? I doubt it. But I didn't think we'll be quick today, so it shows, you know, don't again presume anything.
Yeah, again, massive well done to you. And finally then we're going to speak to our race winner once again. After only losing 2 races this season, he's gone and taken another win. Our Scottish man, Mr. Wolf. I can't believe I called you that, but hey ho. Well done again. Did you think you were going to get that win after you started in 6th position? Did you know you had the pace today, do you think?
No. I didn't think so, to be short. But the long answer would be, I'd say at the start, definitely not. Especially on the formation lap.
Because you seemed to be struggling in the first few laps, so didn't you? Because you spun a little bit and a few guys overtaking you. And did you think your race was over at that point, getting that lead? Or?
Well, I started the race with damage already. No fault of burnout. Like, obviously you can't control lag, but on coming out of the last corner and that, like, well, after the formation point, his car was, you'd say, like, lagging into the side of me now, and beforehand as well. I think going into the hairpin on the formation lap, he went into the back of me as well. I doubt it's actually his fault. It would probably be lag.
Yeah, he was lagging a little bit, but that didn't stop him from pulling off some great battles, I think. So, yeah, probably due to lag. Yeah. So, because we didn't catch much of you because you were towards the latter half of the race, you were leading, and you managed to jump Moo, because I think Moo pitted first when he was closing up to Chaos Fury. So as soon as Moo pitted, did you think, right, you were going to pit, or did you have that strategy all along?
Nah, like obviously the last race is kind of showing that even though if you pit before, you might actually get jumped, like overcutted in a way.
Just like Moo did, to be honest.
Yeah, basically. So it kind of switched around this race. I knew that to like jump Chaos after I pitted, I had to do like really good laps as well. I don't think I made that much mistakes or at all during that bit, so I was still quite amazed with how I actually jumped them after the pits. Like, it was quite surprising.
It must have boosted your confidence going in as well. And you only got 3 more races left of the championship, and you got Moo and Parfox and Seppel closing in right behind you. What is your strategy going into the next race to make sure you retain the lead and possibly gain be your second title, I believe?
It's the same as all the other races this season.
Which I think has helped, I think. So I would say keep up your strategy because it's worked, and you'll be back to qualifying, which would be quite nice. So, once again, thank you to our top 3, Wolf, Chaos Fury and Burnout. 2 out of the 3 has been on the podium for the first time. So it's great to see we've got a variety of podium this season, which is great. And they've taken good points, and we've already shown Wolf has dominated this season, and I think he's going to continue. But now seeing the podium today, watch out for Burnout and Chaos Fury now after that podium, because they were amazing. And I think what most people agree with me, but Chaos Fury is driver of the day today, with Wolf and Burnout not that far behind. So well done to that. But I think we're going to end this stream there. So thank you for watching. Aiden will hopefully be back next week. He will have his internet sorted. Hopefully I did alright by myself. Apologies about me having the sniffles all race, but we managed to cope. And we will see you next week in Hockenheim. Make sure you check out the AOR content throughout the week. On Friday we got iRacing, and on Sunday we got F1 League for F1 2017, which will be the last round in Brazil. So that should be exciting as well. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you next week in Hockenheim. See you soon. Goodbye.